Alright, welcome back to more Final Fantasy VII. In the last part, Cloud fell to his death and died. That's the died part is applied by falling to your death. He didn't die, but... and now, we got this black screen and some strange voice talking to Cloud. That's weird. They're saying some weird, obscure shit, but, it's fine. Oh, it moved. What moved? Hello, hello? Hello, hello. Hey, she looks familiar. It's the character of no importance that we saw in part 1, the flower girl. She's of no importance still. She's not important at all to the story of this game. So Cloud fell and the flowers that he landed on broke his fall. He fell into this church in Sector 5. So that's fun, and happened to fall right next to Aerith. That's her name. Spoilers. Even though the original translation of this game in any re-releases, her name is Eris, but her name is actually Aerith. That is a mistranslation. You probably know about Aerith, but she's an interesting character. She's really good. I like her character a lot in this game, and what they do with the character is legitimately fantastic. But yeah, Cloud remembers her. I'd be nice to her. You can be a jerk to her if you want to be like, yeah, you were the slum drunk, but don't. She's nice. She means well. And she brings up the fact that she has a materia that doesn't do anything. That's odd. So yeah, she just takes care of the flowers. For some reason the flowers bloom here. And nowhere else in Midgar. It's almost like this is some kind of sacred place or something, as she puts it. And this is when you get to name her. You get to name all the characters whatever you want. I'm going with their default names, the one exception being this character, who I renamed to Aerith, because that is her actual name. Excuse me. But yeah, Aerith and Cloud seem to kind of hit it off immediately. Aerith is... She's a very flirty person, as we'll find out. And she is never afraid to speak her mind about things, which is great. I think she's a really likable character. And now we got this guy here. We're introducing another character too. Aerith offering a date. And then Cloud kind of reacts weirdly to that. But this is when we're introduced to the Turks, and Cloud says he doesn't know who he is, but wait. Huh, that's odd. Well, I guess Cloud does know him. That's fine. That means nothing at all, I assure you. So yeah, that's Reno. He's a member of the Turks, an organization that basically does a lot of Shinra's dirty work. They're not great guys, but we'll run into them throughout our journey in this game. So they're important to know, and they're after Aerith for some reason. They were Mako eyes. Reno's pretty cool. I like Reno. Don't step on the flowers. But you just stepped on them. And now we gotta get out of the church. But first, we got a new party set up. So we gotta re-equip everyone. Get them properly, the proper materia and all that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like I said, I kind of have a stroke when it comes to materia for some reason. It's fine. We're good. I'm just very, very indecisive for some reason. So, notice how they could jump over that first gap, that much larger gap, just fine. But this second gap, Aerith can't. She can't do it. She can't jump over it. Makes perfect sense. Best game. 10 out of 10. This game actually sucks because of this one moment right here. This makes the entire game suck. But yeah, basically, Aerith's gotta get up, and they're shooting at her. She falls. She's gotta get back up, and Cloud's gotta find a way to get the Shinra soldiers from, killing her, because that would be nice. And you do that by going up top and pushing these barrels. And if you push the right barrel... Oh, I got into a random encounter. That's fun. No, but if you push the right barrel, then, you win. You kill the Shinra enemy. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. And then Aerith can move on. But I believe I actually fuck up the first barrel because I forget which one I need to push over. But the other two I get, so we're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you might notice this game has a lot of little mini games like this. They were kind of trying to spice up the gameplay a little bit more, from just standard RPG turn-based gameplay, which it's hit and miss. I like some mini games more than others, but I like the effort at all to try to spice things up. I think that's nice, but it just could be better. Some of them. This one isn't very intrusive. It's just basically you choose between playing the game or having Aerith fight. But it's such a little amount of experience, I don't find it worth fighting. And also, Cloud, you okay? Oh yeah, you gotta wait. But yeah, it's such a minuscule amount of experience you get from the battles that I don't find it worth it. But that's totally your choice, of course, if you're playing this game. But yeah, we're just waiting around here for Aerith to get to the right spots, then we push the barrel, and then she can keep going. And woo! And then it just barrels over him. Awesome. Barrels. Okay. But yeah, and then now look, now she can jump over it fine. Fuck this game. So yeah, we've escaped the Turks' grasp for right now, and now we're off to take Aerith back home. Yeah, so the Turks have been after Aerith for they've been after her multiple times now, as she says, and they're very aggressive about their tactics. They want her to be in Soldier. We don't fully know why yet. They did mention something about her being an ancient, but we don't know anything about that yet. So there's some mystery around this. There's a mystery around Aerith, but yeah. And I've always liked this. She's trudging behind, and the Cloud kind of teases her a little bit here. They're kind of building this a little bit of a romance here. Not really, but I really like their relationship a lot. I think they have a lot of chemistry together. More so than the two main characters in Final Fantasy VIII, and it's kind of bad because the romance is the center point of that game's plot, so, if they don't have chemistry, it kind of doesn't work. But that's besides the point. I know some people love 8, I just don't. But, opinions are opinions. I love this song. This song is like, it's got a beat, it's got a groove. You could just kind of vibe to it. He's just straight vibing. You know, it's a good song. But yeah. I was debating on whether or not to save, and I was like, yeah, sure. But yeah, you know. Oh, battle. Who do we got? Who do we got? I think we just got some wormy boys. Yeah, and some of those same red boys that Cloud fought earlier. I don't know the enemy names. In the earlier Final Fantasy games, the enemy names were listed very clearly, but in this game, to see them, you have to press the select button in the battle, which makes it a little... like, you don't know the enemies as well here. There's also way more of them than in the other games. You know, they took advantage of the extra space on the PlayStation in a lot of ways. Also, through the fact that this game is 3 discs. I mean, imagine if a game was released on multiple discs these days, people would probably have a stroke. I missed something here. It's a translation error. If you go into that tube up front, I should have done this. I totally forgot. But there's a very famous typo of Aerith saying, quote, "This guy are sick." So, just to let you know that we're dealing with quality here. No, but, you know, it's just one little mistake. It's funny, though, for sure. It's very funny. I love this game. I am not above making fun of it. I think there's a lot you can make fun of here. But I love this game. It's not that I love this game despite its flaws. It's I love this game because of its flaws. Even the flaws are part of what make me love this game. I think just in general with art in general, and yes, video games are art, flaws are part of it. Nothing is perfect, of course, but the flaws in any work of art are part of what make it feel human, and that makes it way more enjoyable to experience when it has that human touch. But yeah, and now we're taking Aerith back home, and now we meet her mom. I don't know, Elmira. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's not that important, let's be honest. But yeah, we're going to Sector 7 to try to find, you know, where the fuck Tifa is. Tifa and Barrett are, because we kind of lost them and they think that Cloud is, you know, dead. So yeah, we gotta find them and, you know, let them know, hey, we're not dead. And Cloud says, I don't know, getting help from a girl? Jeez, Cloud, come on, dude. This game has some, not exactly, like, some of the lines in this game haven't exactly aged gracefully. A line like that would not fly in today's environment, along with, some stuff that's gonna happen later. Oh boy. But, yeah, Aerith has having none of it. She's just like, I'm gonna, it's almost like out of spite, just because he said that, she's like, no, I'm coming with you. And the mom says something weird. The mom is like, can you leave, like, without telling her, like, tonight? So, her mom's worried about something. And, we do have to leave her, but it'll be okay. I have a small feeling she'll be back. So here's this voice again. This voice, they've been talking to us a lot. What is this voice? Why is it talking to Cloud? Oh, a flashback. This is Cloud's mother, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious. And then the idea of Cloud having a girlfriend gets brought up, but Cloud doesn't seem that interested in the idea. And to get out of here, you have to not be running. You have to be walking. And you run just by pressing the cancel button, but you just have to walk. And the walking speed is excruciatingly slow, but yeah. Otherwise, if you run, Aerith will hear you, and then, you know, you don't want that. But yeah, so now we just gotta leave. We gotta skedaddle the fuck out of here and go find Barret and Tifa. Oh, that's a moment I've always loved. That's like a Bugs Bunny type of thing or some shit. She's just there. And Aerith doesn't want any of Cloud's bullshit. I think Cloud just kind of shrugs it off. He's like, okay, whatever. I can't stop her. So yeah, we're just trudging through this very confusing pre-rendered background. And we get into a battle. I love this battle theme. You know an RPG has a good battle theme. We're also fighting a house. But you know an RPG has a good battle theme when even after you hear it a million times you don't get sick of it. Because, you know, you do hear the song a million times. You get into so many battles. So, if it's a song that you get sick of, then eventually battles will start driving you crazy just because of the song. But here, they don't really do that. I love this song. Even still, like, I can jam out to this song. And I've played this game so many times. I've heard this song so many times. The beginning is just ingrained in my head. It's just, you know, that beat. Suicide Drop-In. Oh, God. The enemy designs in this game are something special. Cloud has the limit break, and I believe up ahead here I'm going to stumble around like an idiot for a bit to try to use Cloud's limit, because you have to use the limit break a certain amount of times to get another limit break. And then, so basically how limits work, there are 4 levels to the limit, 2 per level, except level 4 where there's only 1 for every character. And the way you get it, to get the second limit break of a single level, you have to use the first limit break a certain number of times, and then to go up a level after that, you have to kill a certain amount of enemies. So to get Cloud's second level 1 limit break, you have to kill, that was the battle, I just cut it out, but I just used Cloud's limit break. To get Cloud's second level 1 limit break, you have to use Braver a certain number of times, and then you have to kill a certain number of enemies to go up to Cloud's level 2 limit break. So yeah. Now if you're trying to get everybody up to max limit, that basically means a lot of grinding, but that's not at all necessary. Typically, I just get my 3 party members that I'm using for the end game, all their limit breaks, and that doesn't take nearly as much time. You'll get like level 3 limit breaks naturally just by playing the game, so it's not that bad. And you can beat the game fine with just the level 3 limit breaks. Some level 3 limit breaks are arguably just as good as the level 4 limit breaks, like Yuffie's. We'll get to Yuffie, but so now they're talking here, and Aerith brings up another person who was in Soldier, her first boyfriend. And there was also a little moment there where Cloud it went staticky for a second, and it's like Cloud's trying to remember something. That's odd. Maybe that means something. No, but yeah, her first boyfriend was also in Soldier, but she doesn't seem too excited to talk about him all that much. Yeah. And now they see Tifa riding into the wall market in Sector 6. So that's where we're heading next, to, you know, chase after Tifa. And Aerith just Aerith just rushes on ahead, and Cloud's trying to convince her to go home to keep her safe, and she's just not having it. She doesn't give a fuck. She's just going. I don't know why I was walking there for a second. Okay. And welcome to the wall market. This place, oh boy, we're gonna have a fun time here, let me tell you. Now, one thing about this game, and I'll point this out more as we go along, it looks very dated, but in a lot of ways, I mean, technically, of course, it's a huge step up from, like, 6. Like, this could never run on the Super Nintendo in a million years, but, I know it looks more dated than those games, but one thing this game has over the Super Nintendo ones, like, even today, is variety. Every location you visit looks completely different. Everywhere stands out visually, and because of that, everywhere is memorable. In the Super Nintendo games, are excellent, but in those games, every town kind of looks the same. So if you ask me to remember specific towns, I mainly remember what happens in those towns and not as much the towns themselves. If I ever play like Final Fantasy VI, I might have trouble navigating the towns just because I don't remember them as well as I do in 7, because visually they just aren't quite as interesting. They don't stand out as much. Not to discredit 6 at all. 6 is a fantastic game, but it's just a difference, and it's something I didn't fully appreciate when I was first playing 7. Every... I don't know what I'm doing. Every town was so different, and as I kept playing it, I noticed it more, and it's something I really appreciate about it now. There's such a great variety in the locations you visit. This is such a varied world that you explore. It feels so alive, it feels so lived in, and it's great. And we're just saving real quick. Can never hurt to save. You know, I'm playing this on an emulator. It's a good emulator, but, you know, sometimes it might crash or something, so I just want to be safe. You know, if it crashes, I have a saves. You know, I have a save file, so I don't lose too much progress. But yeah, so now we gotta find Tifa. She's somewhere here. We just gotta find her. And this is the Honeybee Inn. This is just, I mean, it's a whorehouse. To put it bluntly, that's what it is. This was the first Final Fantasy on PlayStation. Before that, they were all on Nintendo systems, and if you know anything about Nintendo from the 90s, you know that they had pretty strict censorship policies. Nintendo could, especially Nintendo of America, the Final Fantasy games, the translations had to be heavily censored in the States, to the point that Final Fantasy IV could not even bring up death, at all. So, and that's bad, because that game, a lot of people die in Final Fantasy IV, but that's kind of bad. So this game, the quality of the translation notwithstanding, they didn't have to censor anything anymore. Sony was like, I don't give a fuck, we'll just jack up the age rating, and this game's rated teen, T for teen. So because of that, you know, the character's cursed now, they can explore more adult ideas, they can do more adult things, and this is a great example of that, because this town is run by this mob boss named Don Corneo, and he is the fucking creepiest scumbag ever, and he's hilarious. But basically, they're only going to let girls into that place, and Don Corneo picks one that he basically fucks for the night. He's a very classy gentleman. And now they realize that they can't get in there because Cloud is a man, and Aerith brings up the idea, why doesn't Cloud dress up like a girl? So they can get in there, and because that's where Tifa is. I don't know why Tifa's in there. We don't know why Tifa's in there yet, but she is, so I guess that's the only choice, huh? So now we gotta dress up Cloud as a girl. Thankfully, we have all the tools we need here. Now, this is an interesting part of the game, because you can just get a dress and a wig, and then go straight to Don Corneo. And what happens there is far less interesting than if you do what I'm about to do, which is go all out. You just gotta you gotta go all out. We're gonna get everything. We're gonna make Cloud the prettiest girl. He is going to be so fucking pretty that nobody can resist his attractiveness. So we're going all out. We're getting everything. I think everything. I might have missed something, but either way, they should pick Cloud. once we get to that part. So yeah. So yeah, we're just doing a bunch of miscellaneous steps to get all the things we need to be the prettiest girl we can. And that's gonna be pretty much the rest of this video. This is a longer part, as you can see, and it's because I wanted to keep this all here in this part, and then we can continue on in the next part. I try to keep the videos around 30 minutes, but if at the 30-minute mark it's not a very good stopping point, then I won't, and I'll go over just to get to a good stopping point. And because also this is already going to be a very long series, so if I can get some more time in, maybe I can cut off a few parts in the end, you know, if I go longer in a few of these earlier parts, and that would be great. Less videos to upload, you get more content. It's a win-win. You get more content faster anyway. And I'm going to hold myself to this. I will beat this whole game. I already have quite a bit of it recorded, but I will be beating the whole thing for sure, and we'll be doing the commentary of the whole thing. I'm gonna make that a commitment for myself. I sometimes have trouble committing to something like that, to something long-term like that, especially when it comes to more like, I guess you would call this creative endeavors, but it's not really creative. It's just me talking over a video game, but you know what I mean. Sometimes I have trouble committing, and sometimes I get burnt out. I'm gonna try not to do that. I think that'll be a very good thing for me to, and it'll be a very good thing to you, because I haven't uploaded in a while, and then you're gonna get a fuck ton of content from me, just, you know, talking about one of my favorite video games, Final Fantasy VII. And then we have this person sick in the bathroom here, and we gave her some medicine, and she responds by giving a sexy cologne, you know, as you do. If I was throwing up in the bathroom somewhere and somebody gave me medicine so I would feel better, I would immediately go out and buy a sexy cologne for them. You know, like the sexiest cologne. Like just like pure, I don't know. What's something, I don't know. But yeah. We got the cologne. We're going to get a few other things. We're going to change into the dress first, and then Aerith's going to be like, oh no, you need a wig too. And then we're going to get a wig too. But we're also going to get a tiara. We're going to get some makeup on. We're going to get some lingerie. We're going all out. I think I miss, you can also get the sexy lingerie, I'm pretty sure. And I think I just get the normal lingerie, but it should still be good enough to get what I want to get. Like the path that I want to get. So I think we're good. Well, I know we're good. Like I said, I recorded ahead of time, but it's dramatic effect or some shit. I don't know. For some reason, this guy really doesn't want to hear about his vending machine endeavors. I don't really understand why Aerith can't hear this. But yeah, he wants us to see what they're selling in the vending machine at the hotel, because he can't go in and check himself because, I don't know, he and the hotel manager got in a fight or some shit. And there's Cloud spazzing out again. That's happened way too much. That does not happen that much when you're playing this game. I'm just having shit luck recording. And then, depending on which one you buy, you'll get, you'll get different types of tiaras. If you buy the most expensive one, you'll get the best tiara, though. That'll give you the highest chance of getting the funny meme path that you want. So yeah. But yeah, this part of the game is always a standout, and the fact that it happens so early in the game, like we're only at part 3. We are not even 2 hours into this video game, and already Cloud is dressing up as a girl to sneak into this fucking mob boss pimp ass guy, this guy's mansion. And I told you, this game moves. This game doesn't fuck around. It is fun from the get-go. It's not like other JRPGs where you have to wait 20 hours before it actually gets fun. This game is fun all the way through. You're doing goofy shit. You're doing fun shit. The story is engaging all the way through. And then Aerith has to say outside, we are going into the whorehouse, the Honeybee Inn. And this is one of my favorite little things here. She says, "Pooh." I mean, sir. Why does she say poo? God, she's so weird, but then again, they all are. So there's some cameos here. You can look in the lover's room. If you want to be, we're going to be a pervert and look at some people's private endeavors to see what they're doing in the lover's room. Oh, no. Oh, okay. What is playing right now is a character theme from a character that we will not meet until way later in the video game. In the video game that we are playing currently, Final Fantasy VII. That's the theme that's playing right now. I don't know why it's playing this theme, but it's two grandparents that don't want to be here. And they're just kind of like, why? And then we get to one of my favorite moments. Why does she say poo? I don't understand this game. This is one of my favorite little things. The Queen's room. Let's take a peek. Let's see what's going on in the Queen's room. Is that President Shinra? Who we saw just a bit ago. He kind of had this really badass entrance where he came in, like, it confronted us face to face and was like, "Hey, I know what you're doing. I've outsmarted you here." And now he's having some sexual roleplay where he's a king. And then all his workers, all his employees are there, just like, what the fuck is this? And he's just... I'm so disgusted with the president. It's like this every time we have a business trip to Midgar. So this is a regular thing for the president. This is what he likes to do in his spare time. He likes to have roleplay fantasies of him being a king, saving a damsel in distress or something from some ancient curse. That's a look into the president's psyche. So we have two rooms to choose from here. You can go to the group room, which is actually the one you should go into if you want to get the sexy lingerie, or you can go into the fuck room. Which I take just because, I feel obligated to take it because it's called the fuck room. And, like, if I didn't take it, I would, feel like I'm not giving you guys what you want. So, and Cloud starts having a mental breakdown here, as you do if you go into a room called the fuck room. There's the voice again, just being like, "Cloud, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Why are you doing this? This isn't cool. You just went into a whorehouse and went to the fuck room. I don't know what you're doing." It started moving. What has? Wake up. So yeah, this is interesting. I bet when you rub. I bet when you hear about Final Fantasy VII, if you don't know much about it, you probably wouldn't expect that something like this is in the game. Especially this is a big burly man on top of Cloud. So, yeah. He calls him Bubby. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII, where Cloud gets sexually harassed by a big burly dude. Remember how I said this game has some stuff that wouldn't fly in today's climate? That's one of those things. That hasn't aged too terribly well. Yuck, a pervert. So yeah, we're going into their dressing room. But we're doing this so we can get one of them to put makeup on us. So we can be really pretty. Because we want Cloud to be the prettiest girl we possibly can make him. And hopefully they will agree and let us into Don Corneo's mansion. All the guys were like fucking, they were fucking around, trying to get into Aerith's pants. Not gonna happen. Aerith is not having that bullshit. But yeah. And now we have one last thing to do, which is to get the wig. And this is a very famous minigame from this game. So we got to talk to this guy who is also a cross-dresser. And he will give us the wig that we want if we beat Big Bro in a game of squatting. Yeah, so we gotta do the squatting minigame, which is just wonderful. We're having a squatting competition with this guy to get a wig so we can dress up like a girl. This game is something else, let me tell you. This minigame is really easy, but that's not the point. It's just the fact that this is happening in Final Fantasy VII, this epic JRPG that a lot of people think is really serious. Like, it takes itself very seriously, and it just doesn't. There's just so many weird bullshit meme stuff in this game, and it's such a big reason why I love this game. If it was super serious, I wouldn't love it as much. It's the humor that really pushes it over the top. It's a great story to begin with, but it is the humor and the charm that really makes this game something special, and something that I think is really enjoyable. I mean, of course I think it's enjoyable. This is like one of my favorite games, but basically, depending on how well you do, if you lose to him, you will get a shitty wig. If you tie with him, you'll get a blah wig, and if you win, you'll get a really good wig. And then she's really mad, or he's really mad that he had to give up the wig to Cloud, but it's to the point where he punched that guy across the room. You know, it's fine. We got what we need. Now we can make Cloud the prettiest girl. Yep, I'm ready. Let's do it. Isn't he adorable? Yeah, he's adorable. Oh, you're so cute, Miss Cloud. And Aerith is getting a dress for herself, so she can look her best, so they can go into the mansion without any suspicion at all. Because, I mean, Cloud is clearly passing so well. Cloud's just like, what the fuck is this? Why is this happening in this video game? But yeah, we will be going into the mansion next time. So look forward to that on part 4 of Final Fantasy VII. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. I certainly am enjoying making this. But yeah, see you guys next time for more Final Fantasy VII.